Let us recite Brahmanad. Om. Om. Santi. 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 Students, in our previous class, we had discussed about the active immunity, passive immunity, allergy, autoimmune diseases and the different kinds of immune deficiency diseases. Then what is active immunity? The immunity which is produced by own immune systems, not depending on the antibodies or the toxins or the serum from other living organisms. Okay. Again this active immunity can be divided into natural and artificial. Similarly, the passive immunity is the immunity which is developed by taking the antibodies or anti-serum from other living organisms, which are some ready-made type of antibodies being injected to the living organisms for developing of immunity. Okay, it is again of two types, that is natural and artificials. Similarly, allergy is the condition of hypersensitivity of our immune system to foreign substances causing allergy. What they are called? They are called as allergens. And autoimmune disease occur due to overactivity of our systems, that is the immune systems. As a result of this, it leads to some damage, destructions of our body organs and causing some diseases. Okay. And most of the some of the important diseases are rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, myasthenia gravis, Hashimoto's disease, like this. Similarly, the immune deficiency diseases, and there are primary immune deficiency diseases and secondary immune deficiency diseases. AIDS is a kind of immune deficiency disorder, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Today come to the new topic, that is vaccination and immunizations. Vaccination is nothing but the process of administrations or intake of vaccines, and it is being given to develop our immunity. What kind of immunity? It creates the natural active immunity. Then let us come detail about what is vaccines and its different types. And the immunizations is the ability or the capacity or power of the living beings after administrations of vaccines to what? To fight against the disease causing organisms, or that we call as pathogens. Okay. So let us come to what is vaccines. So vaccines are nothing but preparations of pathogenic bacteria, virus or antigens, or they are products. Okay. And that is being administered to increase the protective power against the diseases. Okay. Or to develop immunity. So let me write what is vaccines. Vaccines are preparation of bacterial or viral or other pathogenic agents or their isolated antigens, or their isolated antigens. Okay. Administered to living beings to increase, to develop or to increase protective immunity. So what is a vaccine? These are nothing but preparation of bacterial or viral or other pathogenic agents or their isolated antigens. Okay. And what they are? They are being administered. Okay. Or they are administered, being injected to the living beings. Okay. For what? What is its aim? What is its purpose? To develop the protective immunity. And vaccines are non-pathogenic. It doesn't create any type of disorder. These vaccines induce the B lymphocyte and T lymphocytes for productions of antibodies and different sensitized T cells. So vaccines are non-pathogenic and induce B and T lymphocytes for what? For production of antibodies and sensitized T cells, which are cytotoxic T cells, helper T cells or the memory T cells like this. Antibody and sensitized T cells, antibodies. And the aim of these vaccinations or introducing a vaccines is only to develop immunity to fight against the disease causing organisms or different pathogens which surrounds us. Okay. And next come to the discovery. Who is the father of vaccination? Who is the scientist Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner is known as father of immunology. Now come to different types of vaccines. The vaccines can be of following types. First one, natural live vaccines. Natural live vaccines are the naturally occurring living microorganisms which are non-pathogenic and can be used as a vaccines. What are those examples? Cowpox virus vaccines, simian and bovine retrovirus vaccines. Okay. Second one is live attenuated vaccines. Attenuation means the pathogenic organisms are get weakened, their toxicity is reduced. Okay, and by weakening they becomes less virulent, less infectious. Such organisms are known as attenuated. So live attenuated vaccines. Okay, the animals are made less virulent, gets weakened, and they are used as vaccines. Those are the BCG. BCG, what is BCG? BCG is the vaccines used for tuberculosis, and we can expand BCG as Bacillus calmette-guerin. We have discussed this in our last class. And the vaccines for polio, poliomyelitis, yellow fever and measles are of live attenuated vaccines. Third one, inactivated vaccines. The organisms are made inactivated either by treatments like formaldehyde or by heat treatments. And next, that animals, that organisms is used as vaccines. And commonly used that inactivated vaccines are Salk polio vaccines and whooping cough vaccines. Next one is toxoids. Certain organisms, they produce toxins, poisonous substances. Those toxins are extracted and made them detoxicated by various processes. And after detoxifications, they can be used as antigens and produce the vaccines. And commonly used such kind of vaccines is those are the diphtheria toxoids and tetanus toxoid. Next one is cellular fractions. The extracted parts of the cells, okay, can be used as antigen that produce for preparations of vaccines. Mostly the cell wall of the bacteria, that is the polysaccharides cell wall of bacteria, is also used as a vaccines. And one of the common example is meningococcal vaccines, which is produced from polysaccharide antigen of cell wall. Next come to vaccines which have combinations of different groups. That is, examples of combination of vaccines are DPT, you have to remember DT and MMR. So different vaccines are combined together and used in a single dose or administered in a single dose. First one is DPT. DPT is used against diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. You have to remember the names. Similarly, DT is used for diphtheria and tetanus, and MMR is used for the treatments for the recovery or for the protection against the measles, mumps and rubella. Next come to polysaccharide vaccines. In the capsules of bacteria, the polysaccharides present act as a antigens, which is the capsular polysaccharides. That polysaccharides capsules, for example, polysaccharide capsules of Haemophilus influenza or Streptococcus pneumoniae, which act as a antigens and capable of produce the immunity. Next one is live vector vaccines. Here in this case, the certain particulars gene encoding the specific antigen is being attached to a vectors. Vectors are less virulent bacteria or virus. By attaching the particular genes to to a specific vectors, they are being introduced into the individuals, where those vectors act as antigens and capable of produce the immunity. And the example is, which vectors are being used? Both bacteria and virus are used, which are the viral vectors are smallpox virus, adenovirus, and bacterial vectors are attenuated Salmonella typhi and Vibrio cholerae. Recombinant antigen vaccines. Here what happens? Gene encoding for specific antigenic proteins, okay, can be introduced, and those antigenic proteins are expressed in the yeast cell or in the bacterial cells or even the mammalian cells using recombinant DNA technology, that is the rDNA technology or recombinant DNA technology. And after introducing such cells, those cells are being cultured and the proteins are being harvested. This kind of vaccines use the technique of recombinant DNA technology. And last one is DNA vaccines. It is the most recent type of vaccines. Here here what happens, the DNA plasmid is introduced. Plasmid is nothing but a extracellular DNA which acts as a vector consisting of double-stranded circular DNA. Okay, these plasmids, DNA plasmid, are introduced into the muscle cells which act as a antigens or foreign substance and develops both the humoral and cell mediated immunity. Okay, so both humoral that is the antibody mediated, and cell mediated immunity can be developed using the DNA vaccines. This is the most recent type of vaccines produced, okay, and it is being used. So these are all about the different type of vaccines, which are the natural live vaccines, live attenuated vaccines, inactivated vaccines, toxoids, cellular fractions, combinations, polysaccharide vaccines, live vector vaccines, recombinant antigen vaccines and DNA vaccines. So after vaccinations, the body develops a capacity or power or a resistance against the infections of foreign particles, foreign substances or microorganisms or disease causing pathogens, and that capacity is known as our immunizations. So after vaccine or vaccination, let us come to the immunization. Immunization is a process in which the person is made immune or resistant to particular infectious diseases by administration of vaccines that we already discussed. So what is, let me write immunization. Immunization is the process in which a person is becomes immune or resistant to particular diseases, particular infectious diseases. How? By administration of vaccines. By administrations of vaccines. So we can say vaccinations leads to immunizations. The individuals, the living beings, the human beings achieve a power or capacity to tolerate, to be immune, to be resistant against the disease causing pathogens by vaccinations, which are nothing but the preparations of the bacterial, virus or the particular antigens that we discussed. And what are the vaccines? Vaccines develops immunity. These vaccines develop protective immunity. there are different doses of vaccines. For example, BCG and the OPV, oral polio vaccines, or the vaccines for hepatitis, vaccines for rabies, vaccines for typhoid. There are so many vaccines in the various times of life starting from birth. So not only the vaccines is given in the childhood or in the young children's, it can be given in the adulthood even. So vaccinations are given at the any times of life, and vaccination causes immune or resistant, and it leads to the immunizations. The vaccinations includes or immunizations can be of active immunizations or passive immunizations. So it can be of active immunization or passive immunization. In active immunizations, the vaccines are, so first it can be of immunization, can be of active immunizations or can be of passive immunizations. In active immunizations, vaccines are administered. Vaccines are administered to individuals. So with the help of vaccines, we can have active immunizations, whereas in passive immunization, the preformed antibodies are introduced. The preformed antibodies are introduced or given. For development of immunity. So what happens in passive immunization? In active immunizations, vaccines. In passive immunizations, preformed antibodies are given. So you have to remember this. Preformed antibodies or antibodies being prepared by other animals, okay, which are nothing but the ready-made antibodies are being given to create the immunity, which are the resistance against infectious diseases. So what today we have discussed? What is vaccines? Different types of vaccines, okay, how they are being prepared, and we discuss about the immunizations. Thank you.